Alright, we're ready to move on, and I think what we're going to be doing is we're ready to move on to actually drill the holes for the windows in the kit. Now, hopefully you guys can see they don't have any markings for the windows on the kit, and that includes the top and the bottom, because there are some lights that are going to be around, including the lights on the outer rim of the hull. So that was one of the main reasons why I got the photo etch pieces. It actually has the templates that we're going to use for the windows. So before we move on, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a recap. This section is the nacelle pylon where the Enterprise blew off the nacelle. That's going to go right about there, and what we're going to do is I still need to run fiber optic cable from here into this area, and we're going to blacken it up and make it where it's going to kind of glow. But we're not going to do that until we attach this to the hull. So let's put this aside. We also did the back, the impulse engines and shuttle bays 1 and 2, and that's going to be distressed as well. So let's put that aside. And speaking of distressed, we had done the port side nacelle that we totally destroyed. Enterprise had blown off, and this is going to be painted black, and this is going to be inserted into the hot glue and held in place as it was just blown off. So that's all set. And lastly, the part we've been working on most recent is we got the nacelle. Of course, this being the starboard side nacelle. So it looks like there are a total of 8 windows. So you can see. You can see how the windows. All right, let me show you. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but. All right, so those are all set. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, let's put the tape on. Okay, so let's clear all this debris off. Hopefully you guys can see the windows. Hopefully you guys can see all the windows. Okay. All right, so when it comes to the top, let's see. For windows, that looks about it. I think what we should concentrate on doing now is we can start actually detailing and putting the top together. So when it comes to the bridge, let's put these pieces aside. So we've got the bridge. Let's get the bridge off. For the most part, we've got the decals for the bridge. The bridge itself is not going to light up. Okay. So that's basically the best we got to go on. So it's going to be kind of like a silver on top. Again, it's not clear, it's not going to light up, but there is a light that's coming and lighting up the registry number. So why don't we go ahead and try to take a light and see how we can do that. So this is going to go in here like this, and the way we want to do it is it's going to light up the front. I just had the bridge. Here it is. So if the bridge is like that, this is going to come, and we actually might have to put it on the outside. Hopefully you guys can see how it's going to light up. So we're probably going to have to do it that way, because if we put it inside, it's not really going to help. So we're going to have to bring it through and put it on its side, and it's going to hopefully illuminate the registry mark and put the bridge on. The bridge is going to snap into place, and it shouldn't need to be glued because of the clip. And we're going to use a brush later on to cover this. Alright, but for now, we're going to use a little bit of super glue to get this all attached. Yeah, if you can see that. I know it's really tiny. So when it comes to the areas after the ship, you can see there are these areas, rectangle areas, and they look like they're actually colored gray. I'll show you the paint guide. You can see right there. So I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint those sections and get them ready. Yeah. Here we are. That looks pretty cool. And we gotta wait for that to dry. And the other section that's on top, let's see, these areas are blue. Instead of using the duck egg blue that we use for the nacelles, I think we're going to use the sky blue. It's going to look better. And I'm going to do this side. There we are. When it comes to these sections, let's see what the painting guide actually says, because I'm not sure what those things actually are. That's blue, and the impulse crystal is going to go on the inside of that. And I think that's everything that gets painted. I don't know what those things are, but I think it looks cool. Silver. Instead of just plain white, now they stick out just a little bit. So, there. Now I'm not going to put a ton of coats on. I'm only going to put one. And I didn't go heavy because I want you guys to be able to see the detail back there. So it's looking like there's a total of 14 decals for the top. Starting all the way on the port side with one that's going to go right up against the wall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That completes the flat section, or the round section. Then 11, 12, 13 and 14 is going to finish off the top. So let's get all these decals ready. 11, 12, let's see, where's 13? There's 13. So we've got R101, 102, here's 102, so why don't we start it up, and we'll start with the round section first. And what I did was I put some warm water into a bowl, and I put just a drop of the dish soap to act as a humectant to penetrate the decals. I don't want to get those wet. The microsol and the microset. We don't really need the microsol all that much because the humectant, the dish soap, is really good for sliding the decals around. That looks pretty good. There we are. So we get the first 5 on, and now we can think about wetting down the last 5. So starting at 6, 106. There. Looks pretty wild. Man, the Aztecing makes all the difference, huh guys? It just looks so great. Alright, let's start this section now. Alright, so 111 is going to go on the outer part, and it's going to go up against this section. So let's start with 111. There. So when it comes to the top, top of the hull, you can see we got all the Aztecing on. That looks pretty wild. So what we're going to do now is we have to actually put the decals that came with the kit on. So let's take a look. And all the sections around the bridge, BC decks, number 4. Number 3, looks like the areas that go around the gray sections. Oh man, this is going to be real fun. You can see the sections. Oh man, that's not going to be easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half. It'll be a lot easier. Actually, let me just go ahead and wet it now. So there's 29 and 30 on the inside, and we're going to have to cut that out. These aside for now, and this is going to go on that, so I'm going to do the same thing. save myself a lot of hassle. I'm just going to cut those in half right away. Wasn't that just a ball of fun? Okay, so I just want to apologize. I didn't realize my phone had died. Let me give you an update on what I've been doing. The decals, they do come with, like I showed you guys in the past, they come with the damage. And the instructions suggest that you put the damaged sections throughout the ship wherever you want. So I was thinking how it'd be a little bit interesting to use them on the top of the saucer section. You just clear off some of the extra liquid. And oh God, guys, these little pinstripes are a nightmare. Round 2, why are they like that? You go to move them with the tweezers and they just separate. They just disintegrate. And that was just with water. Oh my goodness, I was almost tempted to just say to heck with it and try to paint them on. But you can see this is the USS Reliant. I think what I want to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the micro set on. And what I think I'm going to do is after everything is dry and the ship is done, I think I'm actually going to put the clear coat over the entire model. That way there, I'll just make sure that these decals don't go anywhere. There. Now we need to give that about an hour or so it's completely dry. And the decals will absolutely wrap around and they'll kind of shrink and they'll form fit the plastic. So when that's all done, we can put the light in at the front of, let's see, that'll be C deck, and we can think about lighting up the registration numbers, and that would be ready to move on. Okay, so it's been a little over an hour, and the microset had a chance to form fit all the decals. That looks so cool. Let me widen the shot a little bit. The USS Reliant. And don't forget, when the model is done, we're going to spray clear coat over the whole thing. So I think what we can do now is we can think about lighting the registration numbers. So I think we're going to go right over here, and I think we're going to actually, we're going to drill. And now I have to get a new light, because we have to put the resistor on. So you guys see the light like that? What we want to do is I want it facing forward. Face it forward so it can light the registry. So like that. I think that's going to do it. So let me go ahead. See how it's lighting up the registry markings? And this is all, that's the damage. So what I want to do is I want to put just a bit of hot glue just to set it right now the way it is. Make sure that it stays facing forward. Like so. Is it staying forward? Yep. So that's how I want it. Just like that. So we've got the light, it's illuminating the registry markings. think what we're going to do, maybe on the final assembly, I'll drill out a couple of little holes for the beacons on the side, and we'll run some fiber optic. But for the meantime, that's the conclusion of this part of the video. We did the top of the hull, and we got the lighting on the registry markings. So my friends, thank you so much for watching. And until the next part, I'll talk to you soon.